could I am not there, obviously. I'm in Tulum, Mexico, at Holistika Hotel and Resort. It's if you guys get a chance, you come down to Tulum, Mexico. This is absolutely fabulous. They've got a garden walk, an art walk, meditation spas, and all kinds of stuff, and coffee. So if you guys get down to Tulum, it's a very spiritual space, and this place is amazing. Can I don't know you guys so much. Could you guys share a little bit about yourselves? Can I get like one or two of you guys to introduce yourselves? Are you guys able to hear me? You know what? I could also just do a phone call. If you guys want, I could just jump on a phone call. Very cool. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Can I get one more person? Very cool. Well, so in the spirit of Tulum, I would like to lead us in kind of a guided meditation, but this meditation is going to put you guys in the perspective of your client. So if you guys wouldn't mind, could you guys find a spot, put both feet on the ground, kind of set your arms off to the side and kind of shake your arms off to the side. Close your eyes and just kind of feel your left arm moving. Just kind of wiggle your left arm. It doesn't have to be a certain pattern. You just wiggle your left arm. Just feel your left arm. And then kind of move that over to your right arm. Kind of feel your right arm kind of wiggling and moving. Just feel your presence. Slowly pay attention to your breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it in for a little second, and then slowly breathe it out. And then take another deep breath through your nose. Breathe it in, hold it for a second. Just really feel the air in your lungs. Kind of breathe it out. Now, keep breathing, obviously. You can shake your arms if you want to, or you can just let them relax and feel the tingle in your arms. Just be really present with who you are and where you're at in the moment. And then I want you to start to imagine. If you have a client, think about one of your clients. Think about one of your most repeat clients. If you don't have a client, think about the client that you want. Imagine their hair, imagine their face, imagine their eyes. Just kind of get a good picture of this client that you have in your mind. What are their personalities like? What do they enjoy doing? What are their interests? You've got that person in your mind. Think about their lives. What is it that they do? Do they like going to the beach? Do they like mountain climbing? Just kind of really clearly get a picture of a person in your head. Now with that picture of that person in your head, start to think like, how do they see you? Where did you first show up in their world? Did you show up on their social media? Were they scrolling through Facebook? Maybe they were scrolling through Instagram. What was it that they saw of yours? Was it a post? Was it a video? What was the expectation? What did they know to do next? They saw your post, they saw some interaction. Maybe they heard about you from a friend. What did they know to do next? You're embodying your customer, your ideal customer. You've recognized their hair and their face and their eyes. You've seen in your head, you see where they first showed up, where they first saw you. Was that on social media? Was it a referral, a friend of a friend, do they know how to take the next step? Are they going to have to go to your website? Are they going to have to call you? Was it clear to them to take a next step? How are you engaging with them? Is it inherent that they know what to do next? Now let's assume that they do. They know what to do next, and they call you. And you start working with them. And how does that interaction look? Are you going to their house? Are they going to your office? Clearly imagine that engagement with the client. Now let's assume that you're working on the project with them and things are going well. How are they talking about you to your friends or to their friends? Again, you're in the head of your client. You're imagining what it would be like to be them. Do you know how to refer your designer to your friends? Does your client know how to refer you to the next person? Do they know your social media handles? Do they know the value that you bring? Do they know something personal about you that they could share with their friends? Do you help them share? Is there things that you're doing where they inherently know to share your business with their neighbors, their colleagues, their family, and their friends? Now I want you guys to slowly kind of come back into the room again, kind of shake your arms and kind of move around a little bit. You can open up your eyes and I want you to kind of really remember that experience of what it was like to be with a client. Because I've been in the startup world, I've been in the interior design world for quite a bit. For you guys that don't know me, I've designed 2 of the world's largest chandeliers. If you guys have been to Vegas, a show of hands, how many of you guys have been to Vegas? How many of you guys have been to the Cosmopolitan? Yeah. Okay, so then you guys have seen my chandelier. I designed the chandelier at the Chandelier Bar in 2012 that was the world's largest. What's that? Yeah, so I designed the chandelier at the Chandelier Bar. I designed all the lighting on the casino floor. I designed 80% of all the major decorative at the Wynn Encore. My world was light fixture design. In 2017, I'll rewind. 2010, while working on the chandelier project, I was sitting at the Friedmutter office and I had my aha moment to launch a tech company. I felt that the future design collaboration would be a social platform. And so in 2012, I launched the first version of that, which failed. And then in 2014, I launched the second version of that did moderately successful. We raised $2.2 million for that one. My advisors were Jeff Weiner from LinkedIn, Nick Bell, the VP of Snapchat, Michael Jones, the founder of MySpace. I've hung with Kevin Synstrom several times, flew out to Dallas with him for a speaking event. Kevin Synstrom is the founder of Instagram. So I really got to hang with some really influential people, which really influenced the idea of platform building. Do you guys, maybe somebody can answer this in the audience, what's the difference between Facebook and LinkedIn? Yeah, so there's no difference. Yeah, there's no difference. Can you post a picture of a birthday cake on both? Yeah. They're not going to flag you for it. You can post a picture of a birthday cake on both platforms. When I worked with Jeff Weiner, CEO of LinkedIn, former CEO of LinkedIn, and all these guys, Nick Bell, Michael Jones, Kevin, the common word I heard from them, they were platform builders. They said things, the common word was nudge. So they can't tell you can't post a photo of a birthday cake. But they could create an environment where you probably aren't going to post a picture of a birthday cake. You're going to post business things on LinkedIn and more friends and family things on Facebook. They called it nudging. And getting to work with them, I ended up learning a lot about platform building and turning your customer into your marketer, which, and I'll go in 2 roads here. That led me down the tech world, and in the tech world, now I've got 30 tech platforms. I just launched One Bite Foodie. It's like a TikTok for food reviews. I've got Join In Crowd, a digital contact card. I've got Ignite Business Insider, digital magazines. I've created 9 different digital magazine platforms. So my entire world, in fact, I won't touch a business unless I can turn my customer into my marketer. Here's a fun fact about Facebook. Did you know that in Facebook's terms of use and policies, you're not allowed to use the Facebook logo? If you post a post and you run an ad with that post and it has the Facebook logo, they will take it down. They will not let you advertise and associate your brand with the Facebook brand. In fact, Facebook's never issued their logos to the public. They never said, download our logos. Have you guys ever seen those stickers at the front of a restaurant where that says, follow us on Facebook? You know that never once did Mark Zuckerberg ask you to do that. In fact, they forbade it. They said, you're not allowed to use our logos, and that actually goes against Facebook's terms of use and policies. They never gave us their logos. But we inherently saw value in it. I was able to go to Facebook, create a profile, and start inviting my friends and posting about my business and self-promoting. And so Facebook and social media have really mastered turning your customer into your marketer. And now I'll kind of go back into the interior design space. How many of you guys already have customers? Okay. Okay. And then how many of you guys are working on your first customer? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Perfect. All right. So this is what happens with startups or with businesses when they get started. And I'll use a cupcake analogy. I think I make great cupcakes. My friends and family tell me that I make great cupcakes. So I open up a store, I borrow money, and I take out loans, and I open up a store and I start selling cupcakes, or at least I open up my business to sell cupcakes. And usually on day one, you're going to get some good friends and family traffic because it's a grand opening. Next week is going to tell the real story, and it's going to slow down immediately. And over time, you're going to realize that you've got to get into the marketing game because you are really good at cupcakes and you forgot that you got to market this still. And so marketers will come to you and they'll tell you, oh, pay me, or here's how to do it. It'll get really overwhelming because you were good at making cupcakes. And so then you hire a marketer to do your marketing for you. And they'll post on social media and they'll create content and they'll do all the things that marketers think that they have to do. But if you have one customer, if one person walks into your cupcake store to buy a cupcake, odds are you're not leveraging that customer. That person's already there, and they're a paying customer. And most businesses don't know how to leverage that person who's already in front of them. I'll digress a little bit and say that one of my advisors early on was John Pietro, former head of marketing for Wendy's. I don't know everybody's ages here, but back in the 80s when my parents would take me to McDonald's, we were conditioned to buy the burger. The person behind the register was supposed to ask you this phrase. They were supposed to ask you, would you like fries and a soda with that? Because we as humans and consumers, we were conditioned to buy the burger. And all of the fast food companies were trying to teach their employees to consistently ask you to upgrade. John Pietro, former head of marketing for Wendy's, created the combo meal. He got 3 pieces of paper and he stuck them on a menu in Chicago, and it was combo A, combo B, combo C. There was no discount. He just added up the burger, fries, soda, tax, and here's your total. And humans walked into those fast food places and said, oh, I'll take a combo A. I'll take 2 A's and a B. And John Pietro has sold more fries and a soda than any human alive. I say that to say that John realized human behavior. he realized that there was a lot of value. People who were standing at Wendy's weren't buying the full meal. While all of the other marketers were marketing the new person, John said, hey, we're not even doing a great job with the person that we have here. And in interior design, you're going to find the same thing. A person's going to come to you and they're going to ask you to maybe redesign their kitchen, but they're not going to give you the whole house yet. You might have to come back several times to work on the whole house over time. And we tend to work on that kitchen and then move on. Another thing, and Ginger, we talked about this, and this is kind of the basis for what I was going to address today. So for you guys who are working on your first customer, the trend in interior design, and I'll just walk through the scenario. So you finally get a customer, you probably meet at their house, you sit down with them after the initial walkthroughs and consults. Now you've signed the document, you guys are going to work together, you're going to work on this area of the house, you've got your colors, you've got your concepts and your mood boards all set up, and they're committed, they're going to sign that contract. The next thing that's going to happen is you guys are going to have your contractors come out. You guys are probably going to do some demo over the next couple of weeks. They're going to put a dumpster out front. One of your contractors is going to get a dumpster. You're going to start demoing. You're going to start throwing the trash in the dumpster. The contractors have trucks. Those trucks are going to have their logos and their phone numbers on it. Most interior designers, I'd say upwards of 95% of interior designers don't have a logo or phone number or website on the side of their car. Your contractors do, interior designers don't. So you show up quietly. You're kind of the unseen, unheard person that pops by the job site, checks on the project. Meanwhile, your contractors are making lots of noise. The neighbors hear it. They heard the banging first thing in the morning. The contractors are taking up their parking spots. They might be leaving some debris on the floor. The neighbors all hate that. Your contractors have made a lot of noise. How do you leverage that? So here's my tip. Let the demo work begin. Then about a week into it, go door to door and invite the neighbors over to a project update. Set up a table in the front yard, and then have the neighbors come over and say, hey guys, so I wanted to introduce myself. My name's Joseph Haecker. I'm the interior designer leading this project. You guys have probably met my contractors. They've been doing the demo work. I wanted to give you guys a sense of how long this project's going to be so that you guys could get your neighborhood back. This project's going to run about 8 to 10 weeks. We'd like it to be 8. It might run 10. Here's my contact information. If you guys have any problems, if there's any excessive noise, any debris left around, call me. I'm the person leading this project, so contact me. While you guys are here on the table, I've got the layout for the kitchen that we're working on. I've got some of the tile samples that we've got. I've got examples of the fixtures, the material selections, the cabinets. We've got the paint samples and whatever. Put all that out on the table. This is a great opportunity to, within week 1, talk to the next door neighbors. Show them that layout. Show them what you're working on, because they probably have a kitchen similar. It's probably in the same track, and they're probably going to say things like, oh, my pantry is on the left side, or my pantry is on the other side of the kitchen, or my sink has a different layout. Awesome. They should be touching the samples, and they should be engaging and asking questions and thinking about their kitchen and their home. This is a great opportunity to turn the project that you have into more customers. With that project update, that should convert 2 to 4 of the neighbors into new clients. So you should go over and do the consult for them. Typical marketing would say that you would wait. You would maybe do some social posts and some weird TikTok shit, and then afterwards you'll have the photographer come out and do the final reveal. When they get done publishing those photos, your project's long gone. You've missed 90% of your ability to market your project by waiting till the end. and I get it, that's the final product and you feel great about the design, you've missed out on telling the story of the value of design. How many of you guys, this is probably a horrible question to ask you guys, but what's the value of interior design? What value do you bring to your customers? And especially you guys, the new guys who are new to this, what value do you think interior design brings to your customers? Okay, okay. You have no guarantee of that. You might get it wrong. As you guys are also creatives and artists, and your style might be entirely wrong, and they might not get that value from the thing. That'd be ideal, but that's not necessarily true. And the process can be pretty horrible. About midway through, for you guys who are interior designers, you know that about midway through, the husband and wife start disagreeing about it. They don't think this project is ever going to end, and it gets pretty heated about midway through. For you guys who haven't worked on a project, but you've ever moved, if you've ever moved from one house to another, you know at about midway through that move, it's the most chaotic and you just want to give up, right? Same thing with interior design. So that's a great thing that will only be experienced afterward. But the main value that you guys bring from the very get-go is your team, your contractors, their experience, and your ability to problem solve. So let's say I'm a DIYer, I'm gonna remodel my own kitchen, but this was a 1960s house and the plumbing was off. And they used different types of piping and they used asbestos, and I tore out the wall and oh shit, there's asbestos back there. I don't know what to do. And that's gonna delay my project as a DIYer for months and even years. You've seen homeowners just sitting in a half renovated kitchen. But as a designer with your team, you guys are able to problem solve much faster. You guys have a team. You guys are problem solvers. And I'll take a little caveat there and say that design is problem solving. If you're a graphic designer, you're solving a branding problem for the company. If you're an interior designer, you're solving spatial problems for your customer and you're project managing it. You guys know, especially the designers that have been designing already, that the bulk of your work is project management. That's where you live, that's the bulk of it. At the end, you have the finished product, and that's great. You take photos of it. How many of you guys have gone back a year later to see how your clients are actually living in the home afterwards? They've moved everything around. So great for a photo, but the value that you bring your customers is that ability to solve problems. You have a team assembled to be able to make their dream come to life. And so that's maybe a tough pill to swallow because we're creatives and we want to say that it's our creativity and our thing, but actually it's your ability to execute it, which is the thing that your clients can't really do on their own. And it's the relationships that you've built. It's those vendors that you have, those contacts at the furniture companies. So your value isn't the end product that's nice. It's the cherry on cake, cherry on top of the cake at the end of the project. But actually your value is in your ability to execute, and it's the team that you've built to get there. You might disagree with that one. Whatever. That's my spin on it. So then, you'll find that, and you guys can, simple proof of this, go to Instagram and pull up any designer, any designer that you're following. You're going to see a bunch of photos of finished projects. Here's the problem with that. My mom can see those pictures too. And what my mom does is take those photos and she runs them through Google Image, and she does a search to find that chair. She can buy it on Wayfair. And so my mom thinks that she can design that too. And she can. If she's just looking for that chair, she can find that chair. It's on Wayfair. But what my mom can't do is coordinate the project. What my mom can't do is find good contractors. What my mom can't do is pull it all together. Not in the way that you guys can. So I say that to say, again, 90% of your ability to market the project is done while you're working on the project. So here's a, if you guys are looking to make video content, so for you guys that have clients, for you guys that get a client, don't miss out on this opportunity. Okay, so I just signed a client, and in a week, I'm gonna go start pounding the pavement, knocking on the doors and inviting them over to this project update little session in the front yard. That's gonna be my first event. But I just got my client to sign. And now consider this. I'm sitting there with my client, and we just agreed and we just signed the contract. Take out your cell phone. I've got a cell phone right up here and I've got a tablet right in front of me. And let your client know that this is how the marketing is going to go throughout the project. Take out your cell phone and say, hey guys, this is Joseph Haecker. I'm here with my clients. They are, you guys have seen the HGTV stuff. They're two poor kindergarten teachers and they just bought an $8 million home. Right, you guys are going to have the more realistic version of it, but I've got these two clients and we're going to be renovating their kitchen. I'm super excited about that. They live here in, let's say, Old Town Tustin, and I'm really excited to do their kitchen renovation. We're going to go with kind of a retro look. I'm going to call this the, Old Town Reno project. Consider this episode 1. I wanted to introduce my clients a little bit and tell their story. And then get their take, their vision for the project. And so, hey guys, I'm gonna call this episode 1 of my Old Town renovation project. So follow along, because I'm gonna be popping on Instagram and social media and TikTok to give quick little updates as we go through the project. These do not need to be ultra scripted. They do not have to have all the jump cuts and the crazy ass TikTok shit. And sorry, I do cuss. I don't cuss at people, but I use words as flavor. So apologies for that. Not really an apology, but apologies. So now what are you doing? You're giving updates. Now let's say you get a call from Mike, your plumber. And Mike calls you and says, hey, we got a problem here. We're supposed to put the center shower drain, but the plumbing's 18 inches off center. We're going to have to core through the foundation so that we can get the drain centered properly. Okay, shit. So let me go check that out. So you simply pull up to the house and go, hey guys, so I just got a call from Mike, my plumber. He said that there's an issue in the bathroom that we're renovating at the Old Town house. I'm going to run in. I'm going to go check with him and see what's going on. Stay tuned, because I'm going to pop back in here and we'll give you the update. Okay, don't do the update live. What you see people on social media going in and doing these like before and after compilations. Those are utter bullshit. Nobody understands the connection there. It looks great for you. You feel cool about it, and your social media people made that content for you, so you paid them for it. But it does nothing for the customer. It does not help them understand what really happened here. So go inside. Don't record this. Go inside. Talk to Mike, your plumber. Find out what's going on. Then bust out your camera one more time. It does not have to be cool. It just has to be your cell phone. Your iPhone works great for this. Say, hey guys, so I'm here with Mike and we took a look at the bathroom. I wanted to show you this real quick. So when he ripped out the wall, all the plumbing was 18 inches off center, but we want the drain, which we've got this great decorative drain cover that's coming in from California Drains or whatever. It's gonna go right here in the center, but you can see that it's off center. So Mike, what are we gonna do? We're gonna core through this. Now, if a person were doing this on their own, how much could this delay the project? And Mike's gonna tell you, because he works with this, he can tell you that this is gonna delay most people months and even a whole year to get back on track. Mike, what are you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna run over to Home Depot. I'm gonna rent a concrete saw. I'm gonna cut through this, and we should be back on track with the project, within the day or two. Okay, so now you just told your client that you've got the right team to solve a problem, that you just saved them months and even a year's worth of delays and headaches, and Mike's gonna get you back on track. That's the value of an interior designer and their team. It's not the finished project. We're not even close to the finished project. This isn't a before and after compilation. This is literally hearing from Mike how you guys solved a problem. Design is problem solving. And if you don't capture that content in as clear as day, just clearly this is the problem, this is how we solved it. And you don't have to belabor it. Hey guys, so this is episode 3 of our ongoing series for the Old Town renovation. Stick around as we pop in for more updates. And just continue that. Just pop in and do those throughout the whole project. What people are going to do is you're essentially creating your own HGTV series. It's just your series. And you can really put budgets in there. You can do all the things that HGTV fucked up on. HGTV has misrepresented this entire industry, and designers can change that. You can change that with your cell phone. So I would highly suggest those content updates as you go along. And if you want to do the going shopping with, teach people what you're doing. Hey guys, today we're here at my favorite decor shop, and we're here with my rep, and we're looking at things for that Old Town reno. Now I've picked out a few different selections, and here's a couple of things, and here's why. Teach people the value of interior design. Don't do those damn TikTok-y videos where you speed through a shop and you put some logo. That does nothing. That just takes my mom into the store. Screw that shit. You guys want to be the point person on this. You're the expert. Okay, so now you've done a series of videos. You've given people pop-ins. You can do photos. You can mix that up. That's cool. You don't need anything more than your cell phone. Here's a big one. You guys are in San Diego. How many of you guys are from San Diego or based in San Diego? Ginger, yes. Okay. Do you guys know Rachel Moriarty? Oh, okay. For you guys that don't, follow her on Instagram. I call her Mama Mo. Rachel is the queen of color. Also, what you might not know is that she's locally really well known for her historic renovations. So that's actually her bread and butter, but she does it with panache. Years ago, we were at the Design Influencers Conference before it became, we were at the Design Bloggers Conference before it became Design Influencers Conference. The acronym went from Design Blogger, whatever that was, to Design Influencer, which comes out to Dick. So anyhow, I've given Adam a lot of shit for that. So it's now the Design Influencers Conference. Design Influence Conference, Dick. I thought it was hilarious. We met years ago when it was the Design Bloggers Conference. We were there, and I was brainstorming with Rachel, and I introduced this idea. I said, you know what, so realtors at the end of, when they go to sell a home, they do an open house. And how many of you guys have been to like Modernism Week or the Pasadena Show House or things like that? Anybody? Modernism Week out in Palm Springs? Okay, those are awesome. And also for a whole different thing, if you ever want to talk about this, is shitty. Avoid those like the fucking plague. You'll go broke doing them, and they don't convert. It's just pure ego feeding. Avoid those. There'll be 100 other designers that'll sign up for that shit. Avoid it. But you can do your own. So here's what I suggest. You just did a home. Did it cut out? No? Okay. Okay. So you got the project. You gave updates on the project as you went, and give people good updates. Tell them how you fix problems. Talk with your contractors. Highlight your contractors. And now it's towards the end of your project. You're going to know that you're winding down. You're going to be about 2 weeks ahead of, out of completion. You guys will know that. You guys will know when you're winding down on project. At the very onset, in your contract, let your client know from the very beginning that at the end of the project, you're going to host a reveal party. And I can send you guys PDFs on like step-by-step how to do these. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, my clients are very private and they wouldn't go for it. Bullshit. I know celebrities that host parties. Fuck, celebrities have design shows walk through their home. So your clients, that's not true. Ask them, run it by them. Also, I might consider, if my clients won't let me host a reveal party at the end of it, this is how I make money as a business owner. And I'm not going to have my client tell me how I can and cannot do my marketing. And I might pass on that client if they do not let me market my business. So here's what I suggest. I suggest a reveal party. 2 weeks ahead of the completion of the project, remind your client that we're going to be hosting a reveal party. We're about to wind down the project. We're about 2 weeks out. Create either an Eventbrite or create flyers with a QR code so that you can capture those leads. Give your clients links and printed out flyers so that they can invite their friends, their family, and their coworkers. You go door to door and knock on the neighbors' doors and invite the neighbors to the reveal party. Now, I'll pause there. At the very beginning of the project, before you start a demo, have that photographer that you guys hire at the end, have the photographer come out at the beginning. Have them come out and take high quality before photos. Why would you do that? Because we're now at the reveal party. You've got some wine and some cheese. It doesn't have to be extravagant. Throw some music on. Set up a little table area out in the backyard. Get that before photo printed out onto a big, giant poster. Put it on an easel in the kitchen. And you don't need to do the whole home. If you only did the kitchen, awesome. You did the kitchen. You did the bathroom, awesome. Print out a giant poster of what the kitchen or that bathroom looked like before you did your makeover. Show people what it looked like. Have them feel the transformation. We miss that opportunity a lot. They see the after, but they don't know what it looked like. And so they don't have that compare and contrast. If you're going to do a before and after, that's the time where they can see what it looked like, but they feel the transformation. Now, have everybody parade through the kitchen or the bathroom. They come out in the backyard. You got some drinks and some food. You got the music on. Cut the music. Ding, ding, ding. Hey, guys. Thanks for coming out tonight. My name is Joseph. I'm the designer who led this project. This is a little bit about my company. I wanted to thank my customers. My clients were amazing. When we started out with this project, their vision for this was this. I think we achieved it. Now, I'll be honest, at about week 8, they were freaking out a little bit, but we pulled through. Mike recognized a problem in the bathroom, and we were able to get that up and running. He ended up having to recenter the plumbing. Mike, I think you said on episode 3 of our video series on Instagram that normally that might have put a person off project by about 3 or 4 months. We were back up and running same day. So thank you, Mike. You were amazing. Guys, these are my contractors. Without my contractors, oh man, the projects like this I've seen take months and years. I've seen homes, and you guys have friends like this, where the project is still not finished. But because of the team that I have and because of the connections that I have in the industry, we were able to pull this off in the 8 to 10 weeks that we promised our client. Guys, I hope you guys got a look at the before. I hope you guys felt that after. For you guys that don't know, a week into the project, I hosted a little project update, and I'm already working with 3 or 4 of the next door neighbors. I love this neighborhood. This is an amazing neighborhood. I would love to work on all of your homes. So come on up, and if you guys just check in over here, and we can schedule a time, and I would love to come by and take a look in your home. I would love to stay in this neighborhood and work on all of your homes. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Stick around, talk to our contractors, talk with our clients. They are amazing, and thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Super simple. You should be landing another 3 to 4 clients from that. Now, I'll take another little pause and say most designers don't do that. So what most designers end up doing is they have a client in La Jolla. The neighbors don't know you. They know who your contractors are. The contractors will get work. You won't. And then you're headed all the way out to Escondido, or you're headed out to Carlsbad, and you're picking up projects all over San Diego. Your contractors are having to run all over San Diego. What if you got 8 to 10 clients in the same neighborhood? I'll tell you, your contractors will fucking love you. Your contractors, your general contractor can literally just park their truck and run around to the neighbors, because those are the neighbors that you solicited. You literally went door to door, and you got 4 to 8 new clients in that neighborhood. You should not be running all over the place doing piecemeal. For the designers that have been in this industry, you guys know that this is a feast or famine space. Well, it's because we don't leverage our current customer. It's because we take that one client and we're nose to the grindstone working on that one. And then we poke our head up when the project's over, and then we look around going, shit, how do I get more work? You should have been getting more work that whole time. And this is where, at the very beginning of this, I said, I won't even touch a company unless I can turn my customer into my marketer. This is very easy for you guys to do. It's just that, and I think this, Ginger, we talked about this. It's the shit that people won't tell you. Why don't you hear about this at markets or at any of the design events? It's because there's no way for you to make, there's no way for me as a marketer to make money off of that. What am I going to go host your table event in the front yard? I'm not going to make any money off of that. What am I going to host your reveal party? I could help you with that. But once you've done one, you can do these open houses. Realtors do open houses. It's like muscle memory. You don't need a person for that. You might need a person for flyers and that sort of thing, but once you've done one, you've got them all. Designers, you guys are business owners first. This should be part of your business. The value of a designer is problem solving. It's not the finished work. Be proud of the finished work. You guys pulled that off. But the value that you bring your clients is the problem solving. The value that you bring them is the team. You're going to have, the team has been part of the journey the whole time. And outside of, how many of you guys know Mike Pennington from all the HGTV shows? General contractor, TV, HGTV guy. He's just a general contractor. I've hung with him at his home in Florida. He lives with his mom, or his mom lives with him. Kind of boozes it up a little bit. Fun guy. He's the contractor. HGTV realizes that they needed to show those characters too, because the value is in problem solving. And yet designers galore, you could go look on Instagram, look anywhere, and designers rarely have their contractor as part of their social media fodder. Tell the story of the journey. That's kind of it for me. I would love to get your guys' feedback, any questions that you guys have about these concepts and ideas. And if you could come up, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think people get to experience that enough. Again, in the interior design world, you guys have seen it. If you've aspired to be an interior designer, you were probably following somebody on social media. You don't see the ugly. You see the finished, or they speed through the reno. The value is in the dirty work. The value is in the problem solving. When you just show the finished product, it's okay, so let's say you take your favorite Beatles song or whatever, your favorite song. You might sing along to that and it might resonate with you and you might get all the warm and fuzzies. But when you hear the background story from the artist about the why and the how, that's the shit you tell your friends. That's the stuff that you're out to breakfast with a friend and you're like, oh my God, so yeah, Dave Matthews, did you know why he came up with that song? Or, what John was going through, whatever, that backstory. That's the stuff that you tell your friends. That's the word of mouth thing. Do we all know who the Beatles are? Yeah, nothing new here. But the behind the scenes story is where the gold is. And we don't do that enough. We don't do it on the product side. And I know all the manufacturers. I know Luis Rusco over at Zuo. I know Mark and Jason Phillips. Caroline Hipple. These are all friends of mine. And they do not tell you the damn story of the product. Because if they did, you as designers would be able to tell your customer the value of the product. And even the manufacturers don't do that. They show you the pretty chair. And you guys, for you guys who are designers, you guys have been in this situation where your client says, wait, but I found this same chair on Wayfair for $200. Why would I pay more? Right? And so then you sit there going, well, they're a really good brand, and that's probably some Chinese knockoff, and you don't know. Because the manufacturer failed to tell you their value prop. The manufacturer failed to tell you the behind-the-scenes story, that they reject bad material, that they source their materials from these certain spots, that they only use these things, that they use these type of butterfly hinges or connectors. I don't know, whatever. They don't tell you that. And if they did, then you would be able to sell this better to your clients. Please, dear God, as business owners, equip your customers with stories that they can tell their friends. Don't just rely on them to enjoy the finished work, because they're going to move that chair. They're going to move that picture when you leave. They're going to settle it in on their own. Don't miss out on the opportunity to give them things to talk about with their friends. Any other questions? Okay, yeah. Otherwise, I do have the podcasts. I've got the Design Talk Live podcast. Oh, let's see if I can get it on here. It's upside down, but this is the Design Talk Live podcast. In 2018, that cleared 3.2 million views. If you Google lip sync battle with the Property Brothers, so I've got like Drew Scott's number we text. We've done all kinds of, I've done podcasts. I hosted the unofficial HGTV reunion. I've got the weirdest network in this space. So if you guys ever want to do panel discussions at markets, let me know, because I've got all the people for that as well. Okay, yeah. So I'll rewind and say a few other things. I currently have 30 tech companies. I've got 9 small businesses. I've got 26 books published on Amazon. I think I'm at 19 audio courses, 3 video courses. I advise over 13 startups, and I fractional CMO for a handful of customers as well. Also, I take 3 to 5 naps a day, and I'm hanging here in Tulum. I'm a full digital nomad. I've been digital nomading since 2017. I think, Ginger, we met when I had first started digital nomading. So when I say all these things, I think people think overwhelming, a lot of work. Oh my God, how would I ever get all that done? I just launched an entire TikTok style platform for doing food reviews. I built it in 1 month. For the next month, I will focus on marketing. And then after that, I will be almost nearly completely removed from that business. It will then start to run on autopilot. I will do bug fixes on things that are reported by users, but that's it. And then for the next several years, I won't do anything. As far as the books go, so I've got 26. I'm working on my 27th book. My goal is to hit 100 published books on Amazon. I write them using ChatGPT. All of my books were fully written by ChatGPT. I have written a book in 45 minutes and then published it to Amazon within 12 hours. The longest book took me 6 hours to write and sent to Amazon. So it was available on Amazon from start to when it hit Amazon, 18 hours. I do about $320 to $380 a day in book sales, but that's not the full story. What I do is I have ChatGPT write the book, and I'll rewind that a little bit. I don't just write any book. It turns out that my Myers-Briggs personality type is an ENTJ. So I went into ChatGPT and I said, hey, I'm an ENTJ. You can research me. My first episode of Design Talk Live was Fuck the Trends. I have Fuck the Trends tattooed on my wrist. ChatGPT, I'm an ENTJ. What personality types are the most likely to complement, or am I to complement them? And so then ChatGPT found the complementary personality types to my personality type. And I said, okay, now knowing that, what are these people who are interior designers, real estate agents, or small business owners, what books are they likely to read? Those specific personality types. ChatGPT gave me a list of 100 books that those people are likely to read. And then I said, okay, let's tailor those books and those concepts to those people with my complementary personality type. So an example of that is, have you guys read the book, 7 Habits of Highly Successful People? Okay, one. How many, was there only one hand? 2 hands? Three. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so you might think that real estate agents would be keen on this one, right? Highly successful. The problem is real estate agents are not super likely to read the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People because it doesn't really connect the dots for them. So I wrote the 7 Habits of Highly Successful Real Estate Agents. And what it did was it went in and it tailored it for real estate agents. What are things that real estate agents are doing? Highly successful real estate agents, what are they doing? So I used ChatGPT to customize the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People specifically for real estate agents. That's one example of a way that I've used ChatGPT. When Klausner buckled under and Mitch Gold and Bob Williams filed for bankruptcy, the interior design space was kind of in a tailspin going, oh my God, why are these companies failing and they're mismanaging money? That's not true. So I wrote an economics book called Sit, Stand, or Fail, or Sit, Stand, or Stumble, how products are funded in the furniture space, so that people could understand how that chair comes to market, the production costs and the R&D, and just the samples, getting those into distribution will set a company back a couple $1 million just for one colorway. It's not even the full collection. And the manufacturers have to put up that investment cost. So when those brands like Zuo have 20,000 SKUs, oh my God, the amount of money that Luis Rusca had to risk so that you could walk into his showroom and gloss over 90% of it and maybe order one thing from him is astronomical. And so I wrote an economics book using ChatGPT where I had ChatGPT research manufacturing costs, go-to-market strategies, product costs, trade tariffs, all kinds of different things, funding vehicles, interest and interest trends, and then and why defaults happen. And so there's the book, Sit, Stand, or Stumble. It's an economics book. So with my 26 books, ChatGPT writes the book. I feed it information, it writes the book. Story's not done. And I do workshops on these as well, so if you guys are considering writing a book, here's the value. It's not that ChatGPT writes the book. When I get done, when ChatGPT's got done writing the book, I also have it write the cover, or the back cover, and the Amazon description, and all the keywords, so it does all that. But because it wrote the book, the next thing that I have it do is create a year's worth of social media content. And you can tell ChatGPT to provide instructions for Canva to create the corresponding artwork that goes with the social posts. Still not done. So now ChatGPT wrote the book, and it wrote social media posts for the year. I then have ChatGPT write articles that I publish on Medium and LinkedIn articles. And then I have ChatGPT write the social posts to promote the articles. So now it's just I call it a marketing vortex. Still not done, because ChatGPT wrote the book. It has all that knowledge. I then have it write a script for my audio courses. And then I take that script and I put it into 11 Labs, where I have a clone of my voice. And so then I have 11 Labs create audio courses in my voice written by ChatGPT, and I sell those courses for anywhere between $9 a download to all the way up to I think I'm at $49.99 for my Airbnb one. And I don't do it. I've produced an entire audio course as an hour-long audio course in 15 minutes. Still not done, because then I have ChatGPT create all the social posts to promote those audio courses as well. And so now I've got an entire marketing vortex all written by ChatGPT, and I can do all that within the day. Well, I have that QR code. I don't know if I can pull it up on here. Otherwise, if you guys can scan the QR code that I sent over, it's simply, if you guys have questions and you want to dive in further, book a 30-minute free call with me, and we could jump on a call and we can go through any of this stuff. And then Ginger, we can run any follow-up through the coaching program. But if you guys want just to jump on a 30-minute call and follow up on any questions that you guys may have, you guys are welcome to scan the QR code. I take those calls all the time. Here in Tulum on Wednesday, I'll be doing a speech here on turning your customer into your marketer. You guys will probably, if you follow me on social media, you're going to see a lot about One Bite Foodie right now. Funny thing, this is how much I'm AI dependent. If you listen to my One Bite Foodie podcast, not only did ChatGPT write it, I have a narrator who does the intro and outro. That's AI generated. That's an AI voice. The host of the One Bite Foodie podcast is this guy, Mark. I'm going to blank on his last name. It is a fake person. That is an AI voice who is the host of the podcast. And on episode 1, I was interviewed by AI for my One Bite Foodie podcast. There's a high likelihood that I'm not even on this call right now. So yeah, any other questions? Okay. You guys, I'll give you a little backstory on that QR code when you scan it. Have you guys been to Meow Wolf? Well, I went to, they gave me a behind the scenes tour in the Vegas one and the Denver one. But they had this like laundromat. And in the laundromat, in the washers and whatever, they've got these little, I don't know, these little scenes in there and whatever. And I saw the cork board. Do you guys remember the cork board at like a laundromat where people would put the little job postings and stuff and flyers and lost items? When you guys scan my QR code, my booking link is a cork board. So you're going to find like an earbud hanging there, and you're going to find a Ignite Business Insider magazine cover, and you're going to find a photo of me and my kids pinned to the board. And the booking links are these little pull tabs. So I had a lot of fun with it. I was like, why do your booking links have to look boring? Why does it have to look like a damn, what was it on Instagram, the link tree? Why does it have to look like a link tree? Why can't we have fun with it? So when you guys scan it, it's designed after the cork board and the little pull tabs off of, whatever. So book the 30-minute free call and then poke around. Also, I would like to invite all of you guys to be featured in my Ignite Business Insider digital magazine. It's a self-published magazine. You just answer the questions, choose the questions, answer them, and you guys can be published in Ignite Business Insider. It's completely free. Yep. Yeah, and if you get a chance, it is so cool here in Tulum. It's wow, it's such a jam here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel free. People, I think, know I don't sleep, so I've had people call me at 3 in the morning. Don't necessarily do that, but also I probably will answer. All right. Thanks, guys.